Hello, my name is Dylan for Penang Science Cluster and welcome to Crypto League 2020 Week 1. Today I will be talking about two different cryptology tools, substitution and letter to numbers. First, let me introduce what is cryptology. The term cryptology is derived from the Greek words kryptos or hidden and logos, which is word. Cryptology consists of cryptography, the science of making secure codes, and cryptanalysis, the science of breaking secure codes. We are able to hide a message using secret keys. By using the secret keys, we can reveal a hidden message again. These are some definitions that are important for you to know. We will be adding to this dictionary as the weeks go by. But for this week, we have plaintext, which is meaningful letters, words or phrases. Ciphertext, random, meaningless letters, words and phrases. Cipher numbers, representing ciphertext with numbers. Encryption, process of transforming plaintext into ciphertext, also known as hiding the message. And lastly, decryption, the process of transforming ciphertext into plaintext, or revealing a hidden message. So let's start off with the Substitution Cryptology tool and Encrypting with Substitution tool. So we have a cipher table with rows and columns, and we are going to populate the first row with the alphabets from A to Z. These are known as plaintext. And then for our second row, for our ciphertext, we're going to populate a portion of the row with random alphabets, random numbers, and random symbols. You may also have numbers and symbols as plaintext. Similarly, you may also have a shorter table, meaning less columns, or a longer table, meaning more columns, depending on the number of alphabets, numbers, and symbols you wish to include. So we're going to be encrypting this phrase, I like apples. So I like apples is plain text, referring to the table, looking for I in the table for plain text. We can see that C is associated to I, and thus I equals C. I do wish to point out at this point of time that if you wish to pause the video, please feel free to pause the video and try to figure out what is the next few characters or the ciphertext. Figure out what the ciphertext is before I provide the solution. So moving on, L equals V, I equals C, K equals F, E equals S, A equals Q, P equals 4, L equals V, E equals S, and lastly S equals 6. I like apples is our plain text, and then we have encrypted it. We're hiding I like apples, we're hiding a message to become a encrypted coded message, which is our ciphertext, which is in this case CVCFSQ44VS6. Alright, now let's move on to decrypting with the substitution tool. And just like before, we have a cipher table, and if you only have the ciphertext without a cipher table, you will not be able to decrypt the message. For a ciphertext to be successfully decrypted with the substitution method, you also need a given cipher table, which in this case we have one. So previously with encryption, we found a plaintext in the cipher table and then found the associated ciphertext. With decrypting, it's the opposite. We're finding the ciphertext in the table and the associated plaintext. So it's going to be 6 equals S, Z equals C, C equals I, S equals E, 5 equals N, Z equals C, and S equals E. So, going from the ciphertext of 6ZCS5ZS, we have decrypted it to reveal a hidden message, which is science, which is our decrypted decoded message in plain text. So hopefully now you have a better understanding of how to encrypt and decrypt with the Substitution Cryptology tool, as we shall now move on to letter to number cryptology tool. So like with before, we're going to start off with encrypting with letter to number tool, and the ciphertext is represented by an ordered set of numbers 0 to 25 called cipher numbers. Now, the reason why we have 0 in front of our single digit numbers in the cipher table is simply because we are trying to make the table easier to understand. So, for example, you are creating a cipher table for letter to number cryptology tool, and you put 6 without a 0 in front of it. It's technically correct too. Alright, so let's try to encrypt I like apples using the letter to number cryptology tool. So, again, referring to the table, finding the plaintext in the table and the associated cipher number, I equals 8, L equals 11, I equals 8, K equals 10, E equals 4, A equals 0, P equals 15, L equals 11, E equals 4, and lastly, S equals 18. I like apples in plain text. We have encrypted it to hide a message, which has resulted into our encrypted coded message consisting of 8, 11, 8, 10, 4, 0, 15, 15, 11, 4, 18, which are cipher numbers. So now we're going to try to decrypt with letter to number tool. And once again, I shall repeat myself. The reason why we have a 0 in front of our single digit number is simply because we are trying to make the table easier to understand. So if, for example, you are creating a cipher table to be used with the letter to number cryptology tool, and you put 6 without a 0 in the front, it's technically correct too. Also repeated is the fact that the ciphertext is represented by an ordered set of numbers 0 to 25 called cipher numbers. So we will be decrypting this series of cipher numbers 4, 23, 2, 4, 11. So referring to the cipher table, finding the cipher numbers in the cipher table and finding the plain text associated, we can find out that 4 equals E, 23 equals X, 2 equals C, 4 equals E, and 11 equals L. So going from 423 to 411, which are cipher numbers, we have decrypted it to reveal a hidden message, and the hidden message was Excel. So it's Excel is our decrypted decoded message and is in plain text. We hope you have understood the cryptology tools we have discussed in this video, which are substitution and letter to number. Crypto League 2020 is happening till January 2021. Till then, we will be publishing weekly videos and questions on cryptology, which you can answer for a chance to win prizes. So follow Penang Science Class on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to get notified when new videos and new questions go live every week. For inquiries, you can contact Atika. You can also contact her if you need more information to understand about the cryptology tools you have learned. And with that, we have reached the end of this video. Good luck and thank you for watching.